Welcome to Just Sporting, man. Let's get into it. Hey, see, I held off on talking about this series because for simple fact, like I wanted it to get to this point. So basically, check the first episode of this season. You know what I'm saying? By the way, welcome to season 9, episode 9. But yeah, I held off by saying this because basically, I just wanted to get to this point. I wanted to build up. But this series went exactly how I thought it would, that I thought it would go. No team is dominating the other. Each team is basically having games where they dominate one another, but the series is not being dominated, if that makes sense. So it's going a lot of back and forth affair, just like I kind of expected. A lot of offense, a lot of defense, like I expected. But like I said, who I got winning game 7, 5-7 football, South in Indiana. My heart wanted to say Pacers. My mind wanted to tell me that Oklahoma Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder. And why do I think that? Is because that home crowd is a difference maker. It's a difference maker. I think that's gonna be like huge for OKC. Now I feel like if the Pacers was at home on this game 7, after definitely just doing what they did this series, I feel like you could book them in to win that game 7. But now with the game 7 being right here, right here in front of their face, you know what I'm saying, and they on the road, I think they still gonna give it all they got. Cause like I said, really all messages go out there. All messages go out. So basically anything, all the stats go out on the game 7. People don't understand about the game 7. All stats go out. Everything you knew at that moment go out because anything can happen at any moment. Because you got to put in the fact that there's nerves. You got to put in the fact that these are human beings and it's a game 7. So, like I said, really, we can't even put in the fact of a home crowd. I just know, because, like, for instance, me personally, I feel like the Clippers was the best team in the playoffs. But I feel like them not having a home crowd against Denver that game 7 was huge. You know what I'm saying? So, home crowd played a difference. So, if I had to bet my money on it, it's OKC. But I really think that Pacers going to give it all they got because they got nothing to lose. Each team don't got nothing to lose. So, I won't be surprised if the Pacers win. It can go either way. You know what I'm saying? But my predictions is, it's gonna be a battle of who shows up, between the 4, and I mean the 4 being Siakam, Tyrese, Jalen Williams, and Shea. You know what I'm saying? Whatever duo does the best to each. Me personally, I feel like OKC duo is gonna show up. I think Shea gonna show up. I think Williams is gonna show up. I think they're gonna show up better than the 2 for the Pacers, and Tyrese and Siakam. My predictions is just give me if they can just stop Siakam and minimize him, and they just make Tyrese become a scorer. Because when he scores, he does get the team involved. The team get the going as well. But they can just make Tyrese a score and just limit Siakam to under, I'll say, 20 points. OKC can win. If Siakam get more than 25 points, the Pacers is going to win. It's just that simple. I know y'all thinking like, no, it's not really that simple. No, I really think it is. Because if Siakam is on a scoring tear, that then means everybody else is going to follow along with him. You see what I'm saying? But if he's not on a scoring tier, and that means they struggling to score, that means the Pacers they ain't keeping up with OKC, because OKC gonna get theirs, they gonna score. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they be at home, their home crowd's not gonna let them fall, below or let them get down, because it's gonna be a close game. They not gonna let them fall down. You know what I'm saying? It's so many thoughts. To me, it's either gonna go the OKC Thunder blowing the Pacers out, or it's gonna be a close game. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be the Pacers blowing OKC out at their home, on their home floor. The crowd is not going to allow it. That's why I said the power of a game 7. So, yeah, I'll say if Siakam get over 25 points, you can about better guarantee the Pacers is going to win. You know what I'm saying? But then they can still, but like I said, it's so crazy. They're such a well-rounded team. I can still see them winning without him getting 25 points. But I said you could solidify them winning if Siakam gets more than 25 points. You know what I'm saying? Because that means then Tyrese didn't have to do the heavy lift of the scoring because he had to pass. You know what I'm saying? When he passing and whipping and dealing like he's doing, they good. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts is everywhere right now because we some hours away from game time. I really want to get ready for the game. But it's just everywhere because this series is so unpredictable. When it comes to game 7, everything is on the line. So it means anything before that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? When you got everything on the line, nothing matters. You know what I'm saying? Nothing matters that happened before. Nothing matters that the Pacers stole game 1. It matters because it got to this point, but nothing matters that OKC, shown that at times they can dominate and it was a better team than the Pacers. Because when it's a game 7, it's really just you check ball, I check ball, and we see who got who better that day. You know what I'm saying? And every dog has his day. You know what I'm saying? So what dog is gonna be, gonna show up today? It's gonna have that day. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, if I had to pick, I had to bet on my money I have OKC winning, but I think all the momentum right now is with the Pacers, Indiana. So I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know who's gonna win. But if I had to bet, I say mine, Pacers, heart with the home state, Indiana. But it's gonna be a great game. OKC wanna win, let me see Siakam. You know what I'm saying? Let me see Siakam. Let me see Siakam, and Shea gotta keep being Shea, and Shea gotta hit some clutch shots at the end. If the Pacers wanna win, what's gonna have to happen is Siakam gonna have to have a big game. Tyrese gonna have to have a big game. Duh. But I'm saying Siakam's gonna have to be the scoring of the big game. Tyrese can't afford to struggle today. Tyrese cannot afford to struggle today. And I want to dead this right here before I say this, before I get out of here too. I hate the whole series of, Tyrese was right. We watching basketball in the wrong lens. We not appreciating it for what it is. There's different type of guards. I want to teach y'all this. Shea, and I'm still gonna drop these clips to y'all. Shea is a scoring guard. You know what I'm saying? And he can rebound, he can assist, he can do it all. 3-level score, he's deadly. Tyrese can do it all too, 3-level scorer, but he's more of a passing guard. So that being said, you can't expect 30 to 40 points out of Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? So when the games he having like 15 points, 10 assists, that's a good game for Tyrese. That's a great game because that's what he, Moses game after a Steve Nash type of game. One of my favorite players of all time, Steve Nash. And I'm now loving Steve Nash finally get his love. Y'all can see his mind on that on that LeBron James Mind of Game podcast. But honestly speaking, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people don't know this about me, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Like I said, when I first started watching basketball, my favorite player was Reggie Miller. That's why I got to show love to the home team. It was Reggie Miller. I was living in Marion, Indiana at the time. I was like 6 or 7 years old. I went back to my brother, like, who's that? He said, Reggie Miller. And I know we had all the Indianapolis games there, all the Pacers games there. So I was Reggie Miller fan, Reggie Miller fan, Reggie Miller fan. So next thing you know, I saw, you know what I'm saying, I must go away for like the next 2 years or whatever. Not even 2 years, like the next summer. I come back and ask my brother, I said, where Reggie Miller go? He said, he retired. I said, what does that mean? He said, retirement is basically when somebody does it, they just basically not quit their job, they just done it, you know what I'm saying? That's how he broke it to me down at a young age. My brother was 5 years older than me, so at the time I'm 7, he 12. So he said, yeah, when you retire, that means you just basically done with your profession, your job. So after that, my stepdad gave me a jersey. It was an Allen Iverson jersey. So then my second favorite player became Allen Iverson. Then after that, I got into basketball. I wanted my own team. My brother and my dad, they loved the Lakers. So then I wanted to be a Steve Nash fan. I wanted to be, I was a Phoenix Suns fan. I want to be different. So I'm a Steve Nash fan. I'm Mark Stoudemire. They're my two. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see them win. I always had love for the Lakers. I always had love for my boy B. I see back there. To me, that's my GOAT. But my favorite player ever was Steve Nash, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a size of a guard, and I just love how he played the game and how I loved how he did it. Then, of course, my favorite fifth player was Kobe Bean Bryant. So that's always going to be my top 5 of my favorite players is Reggie Miller, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, Mark Stoudemire, Kobe Bryant. So I said I had to say this. But my favorite player being Steve Nash, I see a lot of Steve Nash game and TJ McConnell. I see the Tyrese Halliburton all in this finals, you know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it, you know what I'm saying? And his game was keep the team afloat and kill you when you need to go. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, And if Tyrese can do that, keep the team afloat and don't get blown out. And when it comes to his time, or when it's time to hit clutch shots, because I told somebody earlier, I predicted this was going to be a game winner today. Like one of these crazy Game 7 game winners or buzzer beaters that, we're going to let us see the ages, because that's how this finals been. You know what I'm saying? This is what Tyrese been on. So Tyrese, can just keep the team afloat. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the team get too far down. Don't let the team get too far under. And when it's time for close games, it's time for him to be him and do what he do when in close games. That's why I feel like the Pacers can win. You know what I'm saying? But if they get down, I can't see OKC letting them back in on this Game 7. On the championship, on their floor too. So like I said, my final predictions, because I'm all over the place really with this episode. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all my people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my people. You my people. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm all over the place this episode because like I said, this Game 7, like I said, everything that you know about a Game 7, everything that you know means nothing when it comes to the Game 7. It's all or nothing. That's why. It's all or nothing. So everything that you know means nothing. So like I said, but my final predictions is OKC wins. But if the Pacers do win, that means Siakam had to have over a 25-point game. And not only just a 25-point game, but Tyrese hit a clutch shot at the end. That's my predicament. You know what I'm saying? But they can't afford to get down. Just Sports Season 9, Episode 9. Love.